Hello again guys, today we're going to be unboxing and taking a look at this pair of quadcopters. This is the YD822D from Attop. As you can see from the box, there are two quadcopters included in this set, and the goal of this is to use it in sort of a game mode. So you have two people flying two quadcopters, they have IR blasters on the front of them so they can shoot at each other, but it's not just two, you can have teams of people, and it says you can have unlimited people playing at the same time. So that's very, very cool. So let's open it up and see what's in the box. First up, you'll see you have two sets of stuff. You've got two of these controllers, obviously. Each of these sets comes with 4 spare props, a prop puller, a USB charging cable, and of course a product manual. And here's of course the other set for the other quadcopter. 2 of the front color, 2 of the back color, charger, prop puller, screwdriver, all the same stuff. Here are your 2 controllers, which I'll go ahead and pull out now. And there you go. They are identical, of course. Here you have your up and down throttle, you have your left and right yaw, you have your pitch and roll. Armed and safe. Armed is when you actually turn it on. From what I understand, this button this button definitely doesn't do anything. I pushed it down and it went in. This button, I believe, is the flip button. The S button is for shooting. The L button is for rates. I think I've got that right. And then this one should be the same. Let's see if this button does the same thing. Yeah, it just goes down in and just kind of falls in there. So I may have to take this apart and actually glue it in place. But then when you look at the back, it's got a screwdriver point, so you have to actually open this up to put the batteries inside. So we'll do that very quickly now. And there you go. You can see it does take 4 AA batteries. So that's 4 for each one. And finally, we'll move on to the quadcopters themselves. They're both very tightly tied down in here, so they don't want you to get them out easily. Now there is another option for this. There is another set. You see this version does come with 2 quadcopters. There's also the version that comes with 1 quadcopter and a tower, a turret. I saw a video over on Frequent Flyer RC's channel, which I'll link to down in the description, and I will put a link to where you can actually find that 1 quadcopter set. But I hadn't seen anybody made any videos about the dual set, so I thought I would ask for that one instead. Always got to be different and unique, right? So for a lot of people, the single set is probably going to be the best option. For someone like me, the dual set seems like a great option though, because you get the black and the white one. The white one's probably going to be a little better in terms of LEDs. I think actually though, it may only have this 1 LED in the back, so maybe not. You have your little section here at the bottom where you can open it up and get to your battery. Here's the battery, and each one should come with a battery inside of it. As you can see, it's a 220 milliamp hour battery, but it has the same white plug on it, so it should work with most of the other little batteries that I've got. Hopefully it'll work with the 250 or the 300 milliamp hour batteries I've got, give it a little bit of extra flight time. And as far as playing the game, you can see here on the front, it has an IR blaster as well as an IR receiver, and that's the way they communicate with each other. And if you have the turret, the tower, the single player version, it has an IR blaster and an IR receiver on it, so they just talk that way. Seems like really inexpensive parts and a cheap way to have a game like that. And basically what happens is, one will shoot the other, and when you shoot the other, it'll spin around. The second time you shoot it, it'll do a flip or something, and then it spins 3 or 4 times, and the 4th time, whichever one has been shot the 4 times, completely goes down. It doesn't really crash or anything, but it kind of slowly makes its way to the ground. I'm going to see if I can demonstrate that later in this video. But let's go ahead and plug these up. We'll take a look at how the lights look and everything. It's already feeling a little bit cramped, a little bit tight in this little area, but there we go. We have it plugged up now. Hopefully I can close this back. Yeah, kind of. It's a little tight in there. But yeah, you've got 1 blue LED in the rear. And I think the same can be said of this one. Let's go ahead and plug it up as well. There we go. One of the pins was kind of bent, so I had to kind of bend it back down with my fingernail. Go ahead and pop that in. And as you can see, again, oh, wait, with this one, we've got a little red LED inside. I'd say this will probably go away when you actually pair with a controller. So next up, of course, I'm going to go ahead and get a controller out, and we'll see how these look when they're paired and see how they sound and everything. And actually, while we're at it here, you can see there are prop guards on here. They are just screwed in place, and I think they should actually be able to be taken off, but I may leave them on for the time being. We'll just fly it a few times one way or the other and see what happens. Alrighty, we're back, batteries in place, and I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen. Got these 2 that are both turned on and waiting to pair with something. So let's see, got them turned on. Uh-oh. Yeah, so this one controller will work with both, so you're going to have to be very careful about the way you pair them, because I could technically control them both at the same time right now if I wanted to. Yeah. So let me go ahead and unplug this one, and we'll just play with the white one for just a minute. Okay, black one's off to the side now. So if you want to hear what this one sounds like, we'll go ahead and just turn it up. So really, that's not terribly loud. And as you can see, this red light does stay on. The red light's solid now. The blue light is solid. Kind of bugs me that the blue light's not centered, but it's not that big of a deal, really. Has these little feet that it kind of lands on. These must have some relatively small motors in there, because that's all the area you've got to have a motor in it. And I like the body style. It doesn't feel 100% solid, but it feels sturdy enough. The prop guards seem to come up above the props, so if you hit the ceiling or something, it's not going to be really an issue, and it looks like there's enough clearance. So yeah, I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to see if I can get somebody out here to help me fly these things, someone else that knows how to fly, and I'll try to capture all that and see if we can play a game with them. But I'll also show you just how they fly on their own, just flying them around for fun. So next up, I guess we'll take them outside. All right, so let's take this for a quick sunset flight and just see how everything works. I've got it in first rate. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my timer. Now I have not charged the battery, and it sounds like it's actually hitting the prop guards. If you can hear that. Maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. But there's the spin. Wow, that's got some yaw rate to it. Second rate, didn't seem to change much. Third rate, let me see if I can, first, second, third. So it does change. And the pitch, there's your forward, there's next to no forward pitch in first rate. But it still sounds like it's beating against the prop guards. Second rate pitch, a little bit faster, a little bit better. Not bad at all. Third rate, lots of pitch. Wow, lots and lots of pitch. That's not bad at all. And the controller is actually really comfortable. It's got these indentions in it, like right here, and it makes it very nice. Now I will say, I did not charge the battery. Oh, that is how you do the flip. Success. So you press this button and then in a direction and it'll flip. Ooh, nice flips. Cannot complain about that in the slightest. Let's do some funnels. Look at those funnels. The lack of lighting is going to be a bit of an issue, but it does have that one red light. Wow, that pitch is good. The yaw is good. I'm just going to have to try it with a fresh battery and see if that makes a difference. I'm not even using the full pitch most of the time here because it's so much pitch. We'll do a flip. It's really pretty with the sunset and the moon and everything. Hopefully that's transferring on camera. Hopefully you can see that, because that's some very nice footage right there. Hope it looks good. Anyway, not a bad flyer. Got a lot of pitch. I'm going to have to take the prop guards off and see if that makes a difference. It's a little bit later and a little bit darker, but I'm going to take the black one out and try it out and see how it does. So here we go. Now again, I did not charge this one's battery either. I'm noticing already it's not wanting to fly very well. This is not a good start. But there's third rate. You can't really see it in the dark. So I'm going to cut this one short because I can't see this unless it's facing me, facing away from me. But yeah, there's the black one. There's the spin rate. It does have a red LED inside I can see, but not from the top. So I can't see it when it's flying toward me at all. That went up a whole lot easier without the prop guards on. So here's our spin. We do have a little bit of wind out today. There's our medium rate spin and high rate spin. Yeah, that's much more responsive now. And look at that pitch. Alright, we'll try that again. Somehow I managed to immediately stick it in a tree. So yeah, down, spin, oh! For whatever reason, it got out of range and it just kept going. So I'm going to have to keep testing that. Don't want to let it get out beyond about 20 meters, 30 meters. Because that seems to be about its limit, maybe a little more. But look at that. Now let's do a little flips. Definitely a lot more responsive with full battery. Let's see, another flip. I like the way that it flips. Really nice funnels, nice turns, strong pitch, strong bank turns. Really good at almost taking myself out too. I will say this has some of the strongest pitch out of any quadcopter I've flown so far. And look how flat that thing goes. And actually what I'd like to try tonight, let's do some flips. Some nice funnels. Really love the way this thing funnels. It's just going to dance around until it's done. Go ahead and shoot at it. Oh, you hit me. Oh, you got me again. Oh no! I lost control. Lost control. I'm still out of control. Can you hit it again? Oh no, I'm out of control. Oh no. Uh-oh, I lost control. That means you're hitting me. Uh-oh, you got me. You can tell that I'm getting hit because it's flashing. So anytime it starts flashing, it means I got hit. I point at it. Uh-oh, got me again. Oh no! Spazzing out. Oh no!
That's how I'm good.
He took me down. That's weird. It kills the forward pitch, but it doesn't do anything to the left and right. Anytime you get hit. Oh, I got hit. Now I can't go forward, but I can still go left and right. So I can still get away. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this review up here. Basically, this thing is an amazing all-around flyer. Actually, I should say this set of things. They are both amazing all-around flyers. I mean, as you can see, they have some excellent pitch. They have some excellent yaw in the highest rate. The lowest rate, not terribly impressive. But I mean, they are just really sporty little things in the high rates. As you could see from the last clip I showed you, I was able to bring it out here and play the game with my son. Although, you know, he's still too young to fly, he was able to handhold it and shoot me out of the air. It gets a little wonky after the third or fourth time. It's supposed to knock you out of the air completely, but I was able to get it going again, and then it stopped doing all the game stuff and just started losing control entirely. Like, I couldn't go forward and back, I could just go side to side. But just looking at it from the standpoint of being a quadcopter, it has a ton of power, it got excellent funnels. There's really just a couple of issues with it. One, obviously, is the range. About 30 meters range is about as far away as you're going to be able to get. So that kind of sucks. You might be able to fix that with an antenna mod, but still, for a game like this, you're not going to be wanting it to be that far away. And, you know, like I said, if you modify the antenna in the transmitter and in the unit itself, you probably get 40 or 50, maybe, meters. Maybe even more than that. And actually, let me cut in here real quick just to mention one more thing, specifically about the range. As you may have seen from a much earlier clip, I flew down that way at one point, and it just took off and went straight into the tree once I got past the range. That's because there is a problem, and watch what happens here. I'll go ahead and turn this up. You see I'm going. If I turn the transmitter off now, let's simulate losing signal. Transmitter's off, it's flashing, it knows the transmitter's off, but it's still going, and it will continue to go. I've let it sit here for a long time, and it just continues to go until, and like I said, I've let it sit here for 30 to 45 seconds at least, and it keeps going until I turn it back on and pair it. Then it stops. So that is a massive, massive bummer. So if you do end up picking one of these up, just make sure that you don't let it go out of range, or you may want to, like I said earlier, do that antenna modification to it to see if there's a way to extend that range. But one way or another, just be very careful about it, because, and I'll demonstrate it again, full throttle going on and everything, turn off, you see it starts flashing because it knows that the controller is off, but it doesn't actually stop for some reason. And it can just keep doing this until the battery dies. So we'll go ahead and turn it back on, paired, and we're good. The second problem is actually the battery. And it's not the battery life, it's the battery connectors. Maybe it's just my own devices themselves, but both of them have had problems connecting the battery. So the wire did not want to push into the battery. I think it's the red wire would actually start to come loose from the connector, which is definitely a bummer. However, not terribly big deal there. I'm able to just sort of push it back into place. The other sort of battery problem is the battery bay. You know, you've got all these wires cramming into this little area. Let's go ahead and stop it here. Yeah, you've got all these wires cramming into this little bay here, and as you can see, the door kind of bows out a little bit, so it doesn't really want to stay in place well. So it's very hard to cram it all in there. And the last sort of problem with it, you can't really tell from here because we're out in the daylight, but it's only got this one light, that one little LED. In the white one, it's actually got more LEDs than that, but when you're flying it around, it doesn't actually use those LEDs. So let me just go ahead and land it if I can. Yeah, I mean, standing here in the shade, you can see it has a little bit of a red light you can see right there, maybe, and maybe a little blue light up front. But no, looking at it through the little vent holes, the blue light is the only one that's really on that you can see. So when you're flying it around, there's no really good way to tell how your battery's doing. And actually, I brought the black one out at night the other night, flew it out straight away from me. Straight away from me, as you can see that LED. But as soon as you turn around, you can imagine in the nighttime, you can't see anything. So definitely not a night flyer, which kind of sucks. I would almost be tempted to open it up and stick some extra LEDs on there. But excellent flyer, good battery life. It's about 6 minutes or a little more than 6 minutes, which in terms of small areas and being able to do this kind of funnels, this is really impressive to me. So yeah, if you're interested in this, if the game looks fun to you, or if the quads themselves look fun, they are available for, I think, $34 over on GearBest. I'll put a link down in the video description to where you can find them. But that's going to be about all from me for today. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to leave a thumbs up down below if you like this video, subscribe to receive more videos when they become available, and I'll see you again next time.